Now, here's something a lot of you at home might be able to relate to here. After childbirth, a woman's body undergoes one of the most significant neurobiological, hormonal, metabolic shifts of her life. Believe it or not, second only to puberty. So what can we do to prioritize healing after birth? We have holistic wellness coach Elise Joan joining us here in studio to talk about postpartum health. Elise, I'm so happy you're here.
Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to be here, Netta. And this is a really important topic because so many women, as even we were sharing before we came on, is that we put so much pressure on ourselves to get our body back immediately. And that can cause us to actually act counterintuitively to what would appropriately heal our bodies as women.
That's reassuring because I feel like, you know, with my kids being almost two, the other one 6, I'm like, why have I not gotten back to what I want to be?
I mean, this is the mindset, right? And this is how society has conditioned women to think, which is that our body is somehow broken, but actually our women's body is brilliant and it will actually tell us what we need. And what our body's telling us in postpartum, those hormonal shifts you were talking about in the intro, is a real biological pivot point to invest in your longevity if you allow yourself the time to heal. And this is intuitive to our very brilliant biological bodies, but counterintuitive to what society tells us, which is fit back in your old jeans right away, right? And these mental shifts women have, we need to focus on our mental health, on breath work, and all the things that will actually set us up for metabolic flexibility later if we honor and nurture ourselves in this period right after birth.
Okay, this makes me feel less anxious because I was like kind of nervous. I'm like, what is Elise going to tell me I have to do?
No, this is so great. Also because anxiety can really trigger our stress hormonal system, cortisol, which then your hormones are already on a beautiful, amazing, and questionable, challenging journey after birth. So we want to support that hormonal balance instead of counteract it. And I think the right thing to do as far as the science goes is allow yourself the time and space to embrace the miracle that your body just went through. But no matter what your birthing experience was, it is a trauma for the body and your body needs time to heal. Proper core recovery is important. And I have a postpartum fitness program that's designed, it's very slow and steady, but it's designed for core support. And then, you know, the longevity studies, when my hormone certifications, my longevity and neurobiological certifications through Yale, which was a really interesting course, what we learn is that this period of postpartum is actually a time where we have neuroplasticity, which means if we allow ourselves to heal, we actually are investing in our long-term longevity. So the problem is if you start dieting or restricting or listening to diet culture that says eat less, work out harder, our body actually wants the opposite of that. We want to nourish our body with healthy fats, healthy foods, and we want to move our body in a restorative, nurturing way, perhaps with a mindset element too, something like yoga or that incorporates breath work, mindset, and movement.
Okay, you're making me feel so much better.
And if you just feel amazing, I mean, your body is incredible. And the fact that you have created life within you, I mean, that's just a really miraculous thing. And I want to give women everywhere permission to honor their miraculous bodies, celebrate that, because your body intuitively will let you know when it's time. Your body will know when it's ready to get back in the gym or do the things that you did before, but it's not about getting your body back. It's actually about building forward a new body with new awareness in your mind, your heart, and you can do that. Oh, it's just not a year-long process, it's kind of a lifelong process.
I was gonna say postpartum, when we hear that term, what does that even mean? How long is that timeline?
Forever. You are postpartum forever. When your kids are, my mom is still postpartum and I'm turning 50 this year, you know.
Awesome.
But when we talk about the actual period, you know, it's the whole time you're breastfeeding. If women breastfeed for 6 months, 2 years, the whole time your body's going through hormonal shifts. And if we can tune in, basically, you know, my experience in longevity and fitness and wellness, my goal is to help women listen to their bodies. And we've been so conditioned to listen to external forces that tell us how we should be or shouldn't be, instead of understanding that our body is postpartum for quite a long time. And when you are cleared by your doctor, which typically happens 6 to 8 weeks, depending on your birthing experience, so many women rush into running or restricting calories. And then when you work against your body's needs in that way, your body will start to work against you and actually retain weight, make your metabolism slow down. But if you nurture and you relax and you do more core restorative movement, your body will work for you, and it will actually expedite your weight loss later when your body is ready.
Okay, you like literally just summed up my whole challenge and right there.
It's universal. It's a universal challenge.
I'm like, let me try keto. Let me try intermittent fat.
No, just say no to diet culture.
Just don't do any of that. And now I'm like, why can't I fix my stomach, and why am I sucking in
Except
all
that
the
look
time?
at you, you're beautiful. And we have to also reimagine what an optimized female body is, right? And our body, like if you're training for a decathlon, your body's gonna optimize differently. If you're training your body after childbirth, prenatal women, your optimized body is different. It is beautiful. It is just absolutely the most powerful, miraculous thing. I mean, I just think the women's body, the more I study it and the more I embrace my own at every age, the more I realize the resiliency. And what we're learning in longevity studies really is that restorative sleep, relaxing, which has been so underutilized for our era. We were taught, you know, like exactly, eat less calories, run on the treadmill for hours and hours. And this is completely antithetical to what we want to be doing to support our body.
The longevity, when you say that, you're making me think not just like, I have to look good in a dress this weekend.
No.
It's for the rest of your life. You get to have your body.
Exactly.
I see the tattoo on your arm.
Yes.
I asked you about. Can you explain what that is?
Absolutely. So for me, I'm turning 50 this year. I got this when I was turning 40. Nice. And I feel like society sometimes tells us we become less valuable as we get older as women. And it is my goal to remind us that that is not the truth. The truth is, this is kind of me starting as a little dot, a disjointed journey as I was kind of finding my way, and then realizing that as I embrace who I am, rather than try to fight against to conform, we actually get better and better. And then this is like 40, 50, 60, I just plan on getting more and more powerful. And that's where longevity comes in, is that instead of an immediate aesthetic goal that as women we've been conditioned to feel we need to meet, we invest in our health and wellness. And when we start to love our bodies love us back. You know, and it's a really powerful thing when we can do that, but it's a very challenging thing. That's why I do mindset work. I have a new series called the Apex series of mini courses where you can focus on what I call the aligned eating protocol, which you will love because it is non-restrictive, it is embracive. And then everything from mindset work, pillars of longevity include purpose, which you clearly have, and so many women have. It doesn't have to be their career, but focusing on what lights them up. Your community is super important, whether it's online or in your family. And these are things that during postpartum can actually help us with the weight loss, rather than putting pressure on ourselves with an aesthetic goal. Investing in loving your life, your cortisol levels optimize, and then the rest of your hormones have an opportunity to come back into balance.
So different than what I grew up learning in school and all. How can we find out more? Where can people contact you if they have questions?
Absolutely. Well, this is my Instagram, and I have everything on there, but also at EliseJoan.com. That's my name. I have different ways to connect, from lifestyle and all 8 pillars of longevity in my Limitless Life course, where I personally coach women of all ages. Because another one, right, perimenopause and menopause, women go through so many hormonal shifts, and it can be a challenge, but supporting this conversation and dialogue of embracing, like I would honestly say you have the optimal female body. So once your mindset catches up with that, then we're in good shape, Netta.
Okay, thank you, Elise.
Yes,
I love
thank
this.
you.